Conversation with the Valley Radio Online.
We're in conversation this evening with Elizabeth McGovern, or should I call you Sadie? And we're talking about you because you're here to promote your new album by Sadie and the Hotheads.
That's right.
Now, where did the name come from, first of all?
I can remember the moment distinctly because I was sitting in a cafe and it flashed into my head and I wrote it down on the napkin, which I thought I'd keep for posterity, and it's still in my drawer, and this was years ago. And the idea came because at that time I was searching for an alter ego of some kind that I could step into to pretend to be this sort of person that had a lot of confidence singing on a stage.
Okay.
I thought that would help me. And then I was surrounded by musicians that were the absolute antithesis of the word hothead, because they were the sweetest, most docile, most artistic, intuitive people you could possibly imagine. So I thought, let's create a persona for both of us that is the total opposite of what we think ourselves to be, and then we can step into it and be these performers. And it's been working for us.
I was going to say, is it working?
The Hotheads have become a lot more tough and demanding, and I've got sort of more of a stage confidence, I think, as a result.
Now, the music itself, I mean, it's very idiosyncratic, it's very personal, and it sort of examines the minutiae of everyday existence. Is that something that you felt that you needed to get out? That something that you felt inside that you needed to get out?
Yeah, I mean, I myself never hear music in which a middle-aged, happily married woman with kids is singing about her life.
Right.
And it was sort of my quest to see if I could make that remotely interesting to anybody, because I think a lot of people are that. Yeah. And I don't see any reason in the world why they shouldn't have some music that speaks to their lives. And it's not as though everything's perfect, because there are heartbreaks and frustrations and jealousy and fear and all of that. But it's within the context of this thing that I really am, which is a person who's been in a happy relationship for a long time, who's watching their kids grow up and sort of wondering about it all. So I thought, can I make that musically compelling as a theme? And it's genuinely comes from my experience. So that's what I try to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you sit down to write a song, do songs come? Do you get the idea? Do you get a title? How do you go about it?
They do. I tend to get a lyric idea, and then I tend to try to find music that seems to most bring that lyric idea to life. So for me, up till now, it's really, for the most part, started with words and become music. But as my head is in the world of music more, I start to get more musical ideas, and it'll be interesting to see if it ever goes the other way around for me, where I start with a piece of music and then it suggests a lyric idea. That I can't say that's ever happened yet, though.
Right. Okay. Because there is quite a stripped down, sort of bare bones feel to the album, isn't there? Yeah. Was that intentional? Is that so?
Well, it is in one sense of the word, because I made a decision with my band that we were going to throw everything musically away and not use it unless it somehow brought the lyric into life. So we decided we just don't want to fill up the soundscape for the sake of it.
Right.
We want to find a way to illuminate these words and this idea, and that if the music isn't doing that, even if it's really nice music, it's not for us.
Okay.
So that was the idea of that one. Also, I wasn't really musically capable of doing anything else, so it was kind of both things.
Right. Yeah, but of course now you've got a second album that you're in the process of putting together.
Right. So I'm very excited about that, because I've become, since I've spent so many years now just thinking about music, I think I'm a little bit more sophisticated, and I have more tools at my beck and call in order to give the songs a little bit more, I would say, of a journey. I think a lot of my songs tend to sort of, they're sort of primitive in the first record, which I like because it makes it kind of interesting. Yeah. But I wanted to try and see if I could start my song at a place and have it go on a journey as a song, which most songs do a little bit. Okay. So we'll see if I can make that work.
So, I mean, what ambitions have you got for your music and for the band itself?
My ambition is to find a place for it.
Right.
That I don't know if that's possible in today's world. I mean, because today's world is so much about huge success, or on the other side of the coin, people just struggling beyond belief and never seeming to make an impact anywhere. I don't really see it as something that's going to be part of. It's certainly not part of the huge success in the pop sense of the word. But if I could find an audience that it speaks to, that are interested in it, that would make me really, really happy. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Yeah,
I mean, would that include touring?
Oh yeah, I mean, we'd love to. We've come to Bridgnorth now. We're having the time of our lives. It's so fun for me to see parts of England that I wouldn't see, meet people, talk to people that I wouldn't really be meeting or talking to, and that's one of the unexpected pleasures of the whole thing. Yeah.
And
love it.
Do you enjoy performing live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I sometimes get frustrated with myself because we'd all like to be better than we are. That's what keeps us going. But aside from that, I absolutely love it. Right. It's just, I mean, anybody who does it knows what an addiction it is.
Yeah.
It's a high.
Yeah. Now you've surrounded yourself with great musicians as well.
Yeah, I certainly have.
The band they've been around a fair amount of time, and they know their stuff, don't they?
They do indeed.
Yeah. I mean, was that a conscious decision? Were these people that you knew anyway, or was it sort of? How did it grow? Was it organic?
That is serendipity. That story. It's we all happen to be living in an area in West London that where we're close to each other. Like most bands, it's just such a happy accident. I had gone to one of the people in the band because I wanted to improve my guitar technique, and we quickly morphed into a weekly session where I would write songs and we would sort of collaborate on them, because he would give me a lot of musical ideas, and I got just so excited by this every week. I would just die in anticipation for my next lesson, and it sort of grew over the years, and he introduced me to his brother, who was interested in recording songs for a label he was starting, a small independent label, and so his brother introduced me to a lot of other musicians, and that gave me the courage to sort of go out and start performing on my own, and that's helped me meet a lot of people who are also just out there. Yeah. You'd be, I mean, there's so many people out there just playing everywhere in pubs. Right. If you look for it. And they're most of them, they're just so happy just to play and collaborate. And it's, once you get into it, there's just like a treasure trove of talent in London.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, you obviously you've moved over here. You've lived over in England for a few years now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you find that helped? Just sort of taking you away from your previous experiences.
I think for absolutely, almost definitely, for sure. I never would have felt free enough in myself to do this if I hadn't, for all sorts of reasons, extricated myself from my old identity in America and given myself this brand new life in which I really didn't have any past so much as I would have. Okay. And so it gave me just the freedom to just jump into this new thing. So it's really been a really happy thing for me in my life that I would never have expected. Yeah. Wonderful.
We wish you the very best with the album.
Thank you so much.
And with the performance tonight. Looking forward to that. And thank you for spending some time with us.
My great pleasure. Thank you so much.